Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so now I'm going to review a really good movie called The Ghost and the Darkness. Directed by Stephen Hopkins, starring Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. Now this is an awesome movie, takes place in Africa. It's a true story actually. It takes place when the British were building the bridge over the river Tsavo, and a whole bunch of vicious lions come in and start rampaging and wreaking havoc on the village people and the workers and everybody around this area dealing with the bridge, and it becomes this big problem. And the guy, real guy in real life, I forget his name, played by Val Kilmer's character, kind of takes it upon himself because he has history with hunting and dealing with animals and stuff like that to go out and try and hunt these lions. And when it's too much for him to handle, this other better hunter comes in, played by Michael Douglas, and there's a bit of a rivalry at first, but they end up working together, and they end up becoming friends and whatever. But so yeah, it's a true story. I mean, it's not like really unrealistic. Like it's not like like the lions are wreaking havoc, but it's not like some monster movie where like everything's unrealistic. Like I think it was in real life 135 people got killed by these lions or something like that. And they figure it could have been due to like poor conditions and a lot of people in hospitals and stuff like that, and a lot of like blood and the scent of just a lot of flesh and blood was drawing these lions in, and they were taking people out of hospital beds. They were attacking people at night in the streets, and they were busting into places and getting into things, and it was quite the disaster. And it's quite a spooky story in real life if you research into it. And this is a movie depicting that. Really good movie, beautiful cinematography, all on location, all actually filmed in Africa. Yeah, all on location. Perfect pacing. It's an hour and 50 minutes, just under 2 hours. It's the perfect pacing and perfect length of time for what the movie is. Um, yeah, it's a great adventure movie. Well, it's the first half and about into the second half are very adventure based, and it's a pretty nice movie at first. I mean, besides the odd, very terrible lion maiming that goes on, it's actually like a nice movie. Like it's a good adventure movie. Like it gives you a good vibe. It's only when things start to really turn bad that starts getting a bit more heavy. It's gory too, like when the lions, they use all real lions in this too. Yeah, it's pretty gory, and yeah, the lions look super cool. It's a little inaccurate with the lions. For one, it's all male lions which are hunting, which is a little inaccurate, and it is the real Tsavo lions didn't actually have the big mane. Even the males didn't have the big mane, and I think they were a lighter color too. But I think just for creative purposes and just for dramatic effect, they used a whole bunch of fully grown male, traditional African lions because they look the coolest and they look the scariest, right? So that's definitely one that, a liberty taken to be forgiven for sure. And yeah, it's basically a really good movie. Beautiful cinematography. The music is awesome. Really haunting, scary score. Really good horror score. Really gets the nerves. Really just gives you goosebumps. Like really gives you that feeling that something's off. And a mixture between the music and some of the acting. Like it's really kind of creepy. Like a lot of stuff's just like in the shadows and that, and there's good acting too. Like a lot of times, again, it just gives you that goosebumps kind of feeling, like you just know something is off and not gonna go right soon, and you don't exactly know why. Excellent performance by Val Kilmer. Probably one of his best roles, and one of the best movies he's been in. And same with Michael Douglas too. He was one of the executive producers. I think it was a last minute decision that he ended up starring in the movie actually, but great performance, great role. Yeah, excellent, well done job of a film. I won't quite give it an A plus, but I definitely give The Ghost in the Darkness an A. And as for the cheese grating, there's not much cheese. I especially in the first and second half, I would maybe say that there's no cheese, but the late second half and into the third half does kind of have some over the top moments, and it does kind of let everything out per se, which didn't necessarily serve the story that they were trying to tell best, even though it's actually very accurate to what actually happened. So I can't really say that, like, truthfully, artistically you can, but truthfully you can't, because it's actually very accurate to what actually happened. So, but yeah, there's definitely some over the top, like filmmaking wise, some over the top cheesy moments near like the third half, near the end. So I think there'll be some cheese in it, but it's definitely gonna be a high class good cheese, so I'm gonna give it extra old cheddar. Yeah, alright, so that is my review for The Ghost in the Darkness, everybody. I highly recommend checking out this movie. It's a great watch. And yeah, that's my review. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Please come back for more.